Hey there! In this video, I'm going to show you how I set up my Google Drive for my blogging task and how I collaborate in Google Drive with my virtual assistant. So I logged into my Google Drive, and these are the two main businesses which I keep here. And Imaginary Creative Flow is my business, while Vintage to Vector is a partnership with watercolor artist. So I'm going into an Imaginary Creative Flow, and there I open up blog. As you can see, I have folder for newsletter, for products, for social media, for team and website purposes. As for the newsletter, I keep here all the newsletters that are not related to any of the blog posts. So for example, campaigns for new products or deals, while I keep all the newsletters that are related to upcoming blog posts inside the blog folder. So I just go in, and here I have 2018 posts, and I have a separate folder for ideas. So if I open up the ideas, you can see there are some mixed files here. And the reason is because sometimes I start to work on a blog post and I realize it's not really good for that time, or I don't have the full research for that blog post. So instead of throwing it out, I push it into the ideas, and I can come back here to review them and decide when I want to finish them and upload it to my blog. In the 2018 post, as you can see, I just add folders with the date. These are the dates when each blog post goes out. So if I open up one, this is the September 13 post. These are the folders that I keep inside. There's one for the blog post copy. There's one for content upgrade if I plan any. There's one for any images related to that blog post. And there's one for the newsletter and my social sharing schedule. So inside the blog post copy, I keep a Google Doc file and any other articles or resources for that blog post. So if I made any research, I just put here a note with my research links. And if I open up this Google Doc, this is how it looks. Beside adding a date, I also add a short reference to the topic that I'm writing about. And for each Google Docs, I put in an info header. This is for my virtual assistant, so she knows how to fill some fields in WordPress. This is the title that needs to go into WordPress. This is the category where the blog goes, the SEO focus keyword that she can set in Yoast SEO plugin, the title for SEO, the slug. This is really important because this way I will know what the URL will be for that blog post before it goes live. So for this blog post, my URL will be andimaginary.com/brandbuilderbox. So I can make links for my newsletter, for my social media with this slug and my main domain before the blog post goes out. And here's the meta description. So I highlight this area with red, and I highlight any other message for my virtual assistant with blue. So if I want her to insert an image or insert a link, I just add that info with a blue highlight. And there are some more here. For example, I add in notes what related article she has to put at the end, inserting the social sharing section, and basically that's all. I also put in notes on how the headings are set. So this is a heading, will be a heading 1 with this color code. So I went back here to the Google Drive. If I go to the content upgrade, here I only keep the final content upgrade. I don't have much space in Google Drive, so I keep most of my working files in OneDrive, where I have 1 terabyte of space, and that's where I have all my Illustrator files and really like big size design files. Here I only keep what my assistant and team will really need from me, and all the Google Docs and Google Sheets. So this is just a PDF that subscribers will get when they opt in this specific blog post. Here comes the images. So these are all the images for that blog post. And I also add in a Google Sheets document with photo information. So this photo information will tell what's the number of the photo, so I can easily reference it. I would say just, hey, add number 5 photo from 2018 September 13 into my newsletter, or something like that. But here's the full file name. Here's what it will be used for. So for example, number 2, 3, 4 and 5 will only go to Pinterest. Number 6 will be for Facebook, and you can see the settings for the rest. And then I also add an image title and image alt text, which is important because you can put in your keyword from SEO into the name and alt text, and this way Google will know that your images are really related to that topic. Okay, so images, photo information. Then I go, next folder is newsletter. This is where I put in my newsletter copy and any other images or GIFs that are related to the newsletter copy. It's set it similarly like my blog post copy Google Docs. So it has an info field that will describe what's the campaign name, type, which list it goes out in ActiveCampaign, what's the headline for that email, what's the pre-header text, and when it has to be scheduled. So this is the time when this newsletter will go out and my virtual assistant can schedule it. She sends me a test from ActiveCampaign and I can review it and say okay to that. Or go back to ActiveCampaign if I have to fix something. Same way, I add in blue highlighted text if I want to ask her to insert a photo or insert a link or button. Last but not least, if I go back to this main folder for that blog post, there's the last section, which is social sharing. I use CoSchedule for social sharing, and all the images that my virtual assistant need is in the images folder. So here I only keep a Google Sheets file. I open it up. And this is what my virtual assistant will get when the post has to be scheduled, to which social media profile, and what's the sub-profile. So for example, in Pinterest, what's the board where that post has to be scheduled, what's the image that needs to be there, and what's the text or keywords that goes there. I use a different thing for Instagram because Instagram is not related to how my blog post goes out. So I only plan here my Pinterest and Facebook messages for that specific blog post. If I want to post something else, I keep that information in my social media main folder, not inside the blog. So everything that's in the blog folder, it's always specific to each blog post. The April 12 post will have only the April 12 newsletter, the April 12 post related social messages, the April 12 related content upgrade, images, and blog post copy. We only have to go to one location to get everything for one blog post. We don't have to go to a separate main folder for one image and then to another place for a newsletter copy. Everything is in one space, and that really helped streamline our workflow. So that's it, and I hope you find it useful, but I'm also welcoming any feedback, and I would like to know how you organize your own folders for blogging. So see you soon next week. I will talk about something else, so we just stop a little bit with blog related topics, and next week I will talk about Canva and another free design app, Easel. So we will compare Canva and Easel and we'll see which one is better. See you next week. Bye!